Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work with changing the gentleman's features. Now, I don't always like doing this, but it's good to know that you can. And we're going to use this as an excuse to look at the liquify tool. So we have this picture here, and we're going to change the size of this gentleman's nose. We're going to go to filter, and we're going to use a filter called liquify. So this is actually a very powerful filter. I'm going to grab my zoom tool and I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to go through these tools over here on the left in a moment. Right now we're going to look at some of the tools over on the right, and you'll see that there's this thing called face aware liquify. So if I go in and I toggle on nose, you'll see that there's two sliders here, nose height, nose width. If I grab that and drag that, I can actually change the height of his nose and the width. So if, let's say I wanted to make his nose thinner, I could grab that and drag that and actually make his nose thinner. Let's look at his eyes. I can do the eye size left and right separately. So if you want something to look friendly, make their eyes larger. Okay. Eye height, increase, decrease the height of the eyes. Eye width, eye tilt, and so on. I can adjust the mouth, make him smile less or more, adjust the upper lip, lower lip, mouth width, mouth height. Pretty fascinating how this works. So that's, this liquify tool has been around for a while. That face-aware liquify feature built into the liquify tool is newer. Some of the other more traditional ways to use the liquify tool, over on the left, I have the forward warp. I'll change the size of my brush with the left and right square bracket key. When I click and drag, you'll see that it warps the material on the screen. And then the next brush underneath that is the reconstruct tool, which will reconstruct the damaged area. Then I have a smooth tool, which smooths out areas. Next one down from that is the twirl tool, which twirls clockwise or counterclockwise. I'll hold down the Alt key, it'll twirl in the other direction. I'll just go ahead and reconstruct that. Then I have the pucker tool. So another way to fix his nose would be to just kind of click on it a little bit and pucker, pinch it in like so. And then I have the bloat tool, so I can actually make things larger. Push left pushes content left to right. And then I have a freeze mask and a thaw mask. So the idea with freeze is if I wanted to edit one part of the image and not damage another part. Let's say that I want to work on his eyes, but not damage the skin around his eyes or his nose. I could freeze that area. And now when I paint, whatever I happen to be painting with, it's only going to edit the part that's not frozen. That's what that is for. And then if I want to unfreeze it, I grab the thaw mask tool, and that will unfreeze that mask that I've painted. So what's interesting about that is if I go into mask options and I choose show mesh, and then I use the bloat or the pucker tool, you can see how this works is that they've taken a grid and imposed this grid over the pixels that are inside of the image, and then you're manipulating this grid and expanding and contracting and pushing these pixels around and liquefying the image. So this can be used to fix different types of issues with images, with portraits, and so on. And of course, you can make it look more realistic or less realistic depending upon how you delve into working with this tool. And that's my liquify tool. I'm going to click OK. And that's my liquify tool. Obviously, I've made some odd adjustments here, but the idea is to give you an understanding of how the liquify tool works. Let's stop here.